Cheers!
What's this?
Happy Monday morning. It is around 11 a.m. I've been working from home for about 4 to 5 hours now. So I'm a person who needs new environments to feel like I'm stimulated and feeling like I'm not getting bored. So I'm gonna walk to a local cafe, get another coffee, and probably just work from there for a little bit, and then get some lunch at another cafe. So I just like to mix up the environments a little bit so I'm not getting bored. That's the best thing about Bali, was that there were so many cafes, parts of the co-working space that I could just move to. So I could spend some time in the concentration zone, then move to another part of the cafe. But look, we're not in Bali at the moment, and you just gotta make do with what you have. So last week was incredibly hectic. I just had a number of things all fall in the same week. Landed back in Melbourne, then my brother had his second child, which was awesome. Got to meet him officially yesterday. And then there was the federal election here in Australia, so I had to go out and vote. That took a couple of hours, and obviously something that makes the news and you think about. Had Nick's wedding, obviously, which is why I was back. A couple of other things happened in the business, so yeah, it was just really, really hectic. Just more so than usual. Had to fix my car because my battery died. So it was just a lot of things that I had to just process through, a lot of admin stuff that I had to process through. I guess that's just what happens when you're gone for like 10 months. So I'm feeling like I'm back into routine. Last week I didn't exercise as much as I wanted to, so that's really going to be a focus for me this week, getting back into the gym and also just getting regular movement back into my day. Just felt like I didn't do that much last week. Medium's been fantastic for me. It's always been a major driver because just because riding is it's just such a easy thing for me. So riding's always been a vehicle that's been the easiest and most fun. And that's why Medium, I think, is, look, I'm like about to crack 89,000 followers. So there's a reason for that. It's because I prioritize it more so than any other platform. And the other priority is I've got a workshop this Thursday that I'm hosting. I'll have to do it from a co-working space in Melbourne, which will be, again, another cool area to work from and just break up my week. So I'm not just working from home every day. And then that's it. It's a much quieter week in terms of personal life, but there's a lot of professional things that I want to get through this week. And I find that I'm the most productive when I have my structure this way. All right, time for some coffee. It has been one of those kind of uneventful days. I haven't had a mentorship call with my business coach at 6:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. The rest of the day has honestly just been a bit of a admin, systems, getting back on track type of day. As I mentioned earlier, the last week has been pretty crazy. So it's been a week where I'm just kind of catching up on everything. And that is kind of 90% of entrepreneurship, if I'm being completely honest. I think people do see the flash, they see the travel, they see the planes, they see the co-working space, they see the cash in the bank. But I would describe most of my days like this. And most of it is not Instagrammable, most of it would not make a highlight reel. But the things that aren't shown in the highlight reel is actually where my business is built. I probably did a lot of strategic things today that I won't see the results of or the fruits of for many, many months, maybe even a year. But I would say most things, at least a month or two, I won't see the results of. And most of it is incredibly frustrating. I've been trying to build a workflow for my video content. Quite honestly, the last couple of months, I've been feeling really overwhelmed with my content creation and my content output across Substack, LinkedIn, Instagram, and a few other places. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty like, so with what I'm doing. And in terms of my content, so I think that's just the majority of entrepreneurship, and my Monday has been no different. So if people can take anything away from these vlogs, and even myself, to remind myself for in the future, it's just like, this is the boring is where business is made. That's actually a really good Substack publication, but the boring is where good businesses are made. And If it's all flash and if it's all style, then that gets me really worried, because most of the time, entrepreneurship in my daily life is like incredibly boring and it's incredibly dull, but I love it. And that's the thing, right? I think winners find a way to just love the boring. Whether you're an athlete, a CEO, an entrepreneur, a musician, or an artist, you just love the boring. And that's why you win, because you will do the boring longer than anyone else would because you love it so much. After the gym, after dinner, and after my mentorship call with my business coach. I'll see you at the gym.
And when people pitch me, hey, you need a new thumbnail, I'm happy because it shows that it's not me.
Yeah. That feeling is kind of the feeling I have, which is like YouTube and video. The biggest hack with content creation is understanding that with every piece of content, you are either making or breaking your prospect's beliefs. If you're not doing any one of those two things, then your content is going to be very ineffective. And generally speaking, there are 3 beliefs that every prospect holds before they purchase your core product. And you either need to make those beliefs, you either need to break those beliefs, and the third one is you either need to reinforce the existing beliefs. So belief number 1 is understanding. They need to understand that they have a problem. If they don't understand they have a problem, they will never buy your core product. Number 2 is the second belief is that they need to believe that there is a solution out there that can solve their problem. And if they know that, then you need to then shift their belief to not just going with your competitor's solution, but why your solution is better than their competitors. So there's like maybe 4 beliefs now. So belief number 1 is they need to know they have a problem. They need to believe they have a problem. They need to believe there's a solution there for them. They need to believe in your solution. And then the last belief is they need to believe in you before they believe in your product or service. So people buy the coach before they buy the coaching. And it's only when I really started to understand that this was at the core of what content is supposed to do for your business that I actually started to make money from my business and from my content. I changed how I wrote my Medium articles, my Substack articles, my emails, everything. Once I just started to think of what are the beliefs that my ideal customer has and how am I going to make, break, or reinforce these beliefs so that they are in a position to buy my core product. And yes, what you're thinking is sometimes you can't break it, and sometimes you can't make it, and sometimes you can't reinforce it. That means either your messaging is not correct to your ICP or that person is not your ICP. That's a topic for a different discussion because that's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go into. But generally speaking, your message or your belief should turn people off, because if they don't believe they have a problem, if they don't believe there's a solution out there for them, if they don't believe in your solution and they don't believe in you, they're never buying your product. That is the stages of belief that every prospect goes through before they buy anything from you. So you're either making, breaking, or reinforcing beliefs. Keep that in mind. It's currently 4:30 Tuesday, I believe it's the 6th of May. On the way to the gym right now. I just got off a mentorship call with my business coach, and what we really worked on was basically a diagnostic assessment tool that I can give to my clients, my prospective clients at the front end, so they're able to self-diagnose what stage of business that they're currently at. And it's also a really useful way for me to collect demographic data and some of their biggest problems. One of the problems I have in my business is I have a huge following, over 100,000 plus, but I actually don't know a whole lot about my audience, which is always a bit of a challenge for creators. So I've been really working on that part of my business to really understand who is in my audience, what their current problems are, why they're even in my audience, why they've subscribed to my emails, how they found me, all that stuff, just so I know how I can better serve them. So I'm working on this as an easier way to understand what my audience wants from me and to understand how I can position myself, my products, my services to be able to serve them better. So it's basically a glorified quiz or survey, if I'm being honest, but I'm going to wrap it around like a quiz that actually gives value and insights into the stage of business that they're at the moment. So yeah, just working through some of the questions. I think we've got about like 20 questions. I'm going to narrow that down a little bit. The tricky part is the logic and the actual weighting and the scoring behind the scenes of the survey. So I'm wanting to get that done and roll that out ideally before the end of May, but we'll see how we go. One of the challenges I'm currently having is just I feel like I'm just building too much. Like I'm building things halfway and then just not finishing them. And that's really frustrating because I want to just build things and build it once and get it out there. So that's my current challenge, and I guess that's a challenge for a lot of like solopreneurs who are just building so many different things that they can't keep track of what they're doing. So I really want to focus in and get a few key digital products out there in the world so that I'm able to, one, understand my audience better, better qualify leads and prospects, sun's in my face, and then better serve my clients. So yeah, that's, I think, majority of what I worked on today in that business call. And now I'm gonna go to the gym, work out. I'm looking forward to this. I'm a bit sore from yesterday, but that's okay. I'm really looking forward to working out and getting back into exercise. And I'll take you guys with me. But yeah, that's pretty much my Tuesday so far. I'll go home, have dinner, and then probably knock off a couple of other things that I've got on my list at the moment. But yeah, that's me for Tuesday, the 6th of May, 2025. All right, so it's Wednesday, the 7th of May. As you can see, I've taken a bit of a shave yesterday. It was getting out of hand. It's currently lunchtime. I'm working from a co-working space here in Melbourne. This is a membership that I actually bought in Vietnam, but it's a global pass, so I can use it anywhere in the world where there is a co-working space. So it's really worth it because the membership in Vietnam is 400 Australian dollars, and if I bought the membership here, it'd be 1,000 Australian dollars. So it's literally like 60% off. And I can use TAC wherever I want. It's a global co-working pass. So that is the definition of arbitrage right there. It's the buying and selling of a service between two markets and profiting from the difference. So I've literally just made $600 without really doing much. The reason why I'm in the city today, I've got a lunch with a very dear friend of mine. A dinner with a very dear friend of mine later tonight. And it's easier just to work from the city than it is to take a train or try and drive to the city at like 5 o'clock later on, which would be bloody hectic. So working from a co-working space in the city, and also need to get out from my home office. And priorities today is workshop content for a workshop that I'm running tomorrow on how to build a solopreneur business in 1 hour per day while you have a 9-to-5 job or a variety of other commitments. So that's been pretty exciting. So yeah, I'll also be in the city tomorrow. But I'm going to enjoy this lunch, and I'll take you on the journey with me throughout the day. Why? But no, it's good. How are you, man? Yeah. I've had BPV. I had it recently because I got sick. Yeah, it can feel really, really isolating because what's the most effective way to use our time? Hello, dear friend. How are you? It's gone. I look bloody 12 years old again. At the bottom. Oh, it is the same mug. Of my life. Like, I don't think I've ever been as sick, and it took me a solid probably 3 weeks to recover. Where you are right now is where kind of I was probably early last year with procurement. Like I had that business, it was making crap loads of money. It was like 200K a month. Hey, it's Wednesday around 12:30. I am in the co-working space back in Melbourne, and I'm in a phone booth because I'm about to host a workshop in about 20 minutes on the 1 hour solopreneur approach. So this is where I have basically pioneered a model that I did for myself of understanding how I built my one-person business while I had my 9 to 5 job. And I didn't do it by working crazy amount of hours. I basically started by just working 1 hour a day and understanding what were the highest leverage activities and things that I did to make that happen. And it took me 6 years to figure this out, but I want everyone to basically figure it out in this 1 hour and start applying this as quickly as possible. And I'm really passionate about this because I know how life-changing it can be if you compound 1 hour per day over the course of 1, 2, 3 years. So that's why this 1 hour solopreneur approach for me is something that I'm really passionate about. And it really resonates with my audience, who predominantly are people. If you are watching this, you probably, according to my data, are working a 9 to 5 job. You've got kids, you've got a partner, you've got a mortgage. You're probably in your late 30s, early 40s, maybe late 40s as well, early to late 40s. And you have a 9 to 5 corporate job. And that's the most of people. They're kind of hitting middle management / upper management, and they see the people in front of them and they think, I don't want to become that person because they work too much, but they don't know what the alternative is. So now they're actually starting to reconsider some alternative options for being able to work differently and build something while they have this job, because they need to have something secure before they quit. So this is what all this workshop is about, and I'm packing it. So I'll try and record some of it. I don't have a lot of room on this desk. As you can see, it's a very small desk. It really just uses as phone booths. So I don't want to take it out there because it's not comfortable and the lighting was really bad. So just got to take it out here and we'll see how we go. It will be good. I'm excited. But I'll see you there. For how you can use the 1 hour solopreneur approach. Over the last 6 years of a lot of trial and error, I should say, of stumbling, stopping, making progress, not making progress, I've developed a framework that can... So I've got another saying for this, but yes, with comments, especially on LinkedIn, you can now see how many impressions your comments got. And some people's comments get more impressions than their actual posts. Okay, I've just finished the workshop. It went for about an hour and a half, and my brain is absolutely fried at the moment. I've got another coaching call in about an hour. About 2 hours. So what I'm going to do is probably go for a walk, clear my head, come back, take that coaching call, and then I've got an event at the State Library. It's a startup founder event, which I'm pretty excited to go to. But yeah, the workshop went really well. I think I pitched it at the right level. A lot of the people in my audience are at the level 1 stage, so they're beginners. They were still working 9 to 5 jobs. They're still figuring this out for themselves. And so I really pitched this at their level to be able to take this and go step by step with it. So we'll see what the feedback is like. I've been in this room for like way too long, for 2 hours. So I'm going to get out, get some air and drink some tea. Has a business operator and a business owner, what is your gut telling you about this opportunity? Are we late or early?
Sure, thank you. Next one is Ollie. And then Ellie. Thank you. Let's do it on the side. And if anyone wants to hang out with us after, I don't know about you, Sakshi, because I know you're not feeling the best, but I can. So if you want to hang out, after party, we'll catch up outside and then we'll go from there.
This one's a real party animal.
Our time together.
You can buy it in a pack.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's the microphone's very good. I actually got another microphone so I can have a on-the-go podcast. If I ever meet someone really interesting when I'm traveling, I've met some pretty interesting people on a plane.
I bet.
And we started talking. I'm like, fuck, I wish I had another microphone so we didn't have to do back and forth. So I bought one.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Anne. Nice to meet you. That's it. Like,
It's recording. Yeah.
I know, but it's a can it sit in a random spot?
I am on YouTube, yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah, you mentioned it's a like Quizman.
Wait, we do it in the middle. Do it in the middle.
Are we waiting
Cheers.
for the Jake isn't here yet, so
Cheers.
This is so good.
So you say you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's still very small.
See on this like where my strengths are because tough.
In terms of the journey.
Yeah.
So over the last, I don't know how many weeks we've been working together, we've been building either one of three engines.
Okay.
So the delivery engine you already had.
The CEO was like, oh yeah, we can do recruitment plan, that's it. But they really need support with headhunting, so it's kind of a bit different.
You know what we're trying to do. So, use your own common sense, basically.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to double check if there's something we definitely need to be on after the 1st of... It has been one of those days. It's a Friday. It's 6:30. Is it 6:30? Yeah, 6:16. Whew. I woke up a little bit later than usual because I slept late. Went to a startup networking event last night and had a few breakthroughs in my own business. And I kind of realized that creators, founders, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, these are the people I want to be around. They just have such an optimistic problem-solving lens towards life, and I just enjoy being around that type of people. They just see challenges and problems as opportunities for creating a business, solving a problem, creating impact of some sort, and I just really love it. But today's just been a whirlwind. I woke up at like 8, and then I basically just got to work straight away, and then I looked up. I had a couple of coaching calls, looked up, and basically it was like 5 o'clock or 5:30 already. And then I went for about a 40-minute run, which was quite nice to get outside, watch the sunset. And then now I'm going to go to my brother's house to help my mum babysit my little niece. So it's been one of those days. I've tried to capture as much of it as possible, but I think I've got a few snippets here and there. But yeah, it's just been one of those days. And one of the things I'm working on is the power of networks. And networks are a thing. Networks, community, and relationships are things that can't be automated and AI can't replace. And that's where all my unfair advantages are probably going to pay off in the long run. It's just the networks, the relationships, and communities that I will be building while I travel and that I build online and in other places. So that's what I've learned today, and I've been really, really focusing on. So I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to keep working on that and really plan that. My brain is going absolutely out the window at the moment, but just thought I'd check in for this Friday, and then got a good get a good sleep tonight, and then get a good work session in for Saturday morning. So it's been a good work week. I will see you tomorrow on Saturday. Bye bye. It is currently Saturday afternoon, around 4 o'clock. I didn't take much vlog footage today because I've just been catching up on a lot of work. It's been a really, really hectic week with a lot of events on, and I know I've been saying that pretty much every single week I've been back, or every single day that I've been back in Melbourne. But last week it just really hit me. I was super tired last night and I slept for about 9 hours, which felt amazing. But today what I've been working on is really taking a stock take of the impact that my writing has had over the last month of April. And I like to kind of look at metrics and see what happened. And honestly, April was probably the best month of writing for me, not just in terms of creativity, because that's always really important, but also numbers. So I'm going to run through it with you. So last month, I got paid $1,178 on Medium to write. So I'm part of the Medium Partner Program. You write articles, people pay a membership, they view your article, and you get paid for it, which is bloody amazing. I mean, talk about free leverage. I'm getting paid to get leverage. This is like unheard of in the world. So I got paid to get leverage from Medium. I also then gained 2,509 new followers on Medium. So I went from, I think, about 86,000 to now 89,000. I just crossed 89,000 today, so maybe 88,000 roughly. So I went from 86 to 88,000 last month, which was awesome. Then because I've got a back end and I make offers to anyone who signs up to my email course and into my email list, I then made another 500 USD in digital product sales. So on the back end of making the money from the platform and gaining them as a follower and gaining them as an email subscriber, I then monetize a portion of them to make 500 USD. And then I also hosted a workshop 2 days ago, but I was selling the tickets in April, and I made 23 sales of a $10 USD workshop. So I made $230 on top of the 500 for digital product sales. Then I had 2 new people who signed up through my email list, join my community on a recurring membership. So they're paying me 50 USD per month for my membership on School, which again, amazing. And really the point here is that I'm not here to brag, but what I'm trying to say is that you can learn how to weaponize your writing or your content to make you grow as well as convert. And you need to build a business backend on top of that, but everything can be weaponized with your writing, your content, your video, your audio, whatever it is for conversion. And I've built a machine now over a number of years. I didn't do this last night, but I've built a machine now that turns my content into cash and or builds my followers on Medium, my email list, Substack, YouTube, whatever it is, or does both, right? So in this case and in this month, I'm actually doing both. I'm getting growth as well as money, which is amazing. And I wrote this email, which I think I wrote it best in this email, which is why I want to read it out loud again, is, I go to bed knowing that my content works for me while I sleep. And I wake up with digital product sales, new customers and clients, and a larger following. And I won't lie, that feels freaking amazing. Like, it is unbelievable how amazing that feels to go to bed knowing that's going to happen, and then waking up and you just see all these emails from new people following you, product sales, whatever. And now I'm really never stressed about money or if a client leaves, because I know I've got this machine built for me, this online machine that is just making sales for me 24/7, 365 days a year. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't complain. It just does it for me. It's an incredible feeling. And yeah, it's just like, I think that's just, that's what we all want, right? And that's what I've built. So if you are interested in building something like that, leave a comment below this vlog and we can work together. Or click the link and you can take the free 5-day email course. Sorry, I got my words mixed up there, but take the free 5-day email course and get started there. But it's just to show that, your content can work for you. It's an asset. Every piece of content you put out there is basically a vote for the type of business that you're going to build. So get out there and start building.
I mean, it's pretty obvious no one lives there. So.
Don't go back there again.
No, they didn't get in.
Oh, they didn't
They
just
just removed.
B-I-N-G-O and bingo was his name-o. What's the next one? Old MacDonald. There you go.
Go up a bit. It's turned in.
say hello. Wave. Get away. Everybody wave.
Hello, I need to go further back. It's a camera.
He just asked what's this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ask everybody. What's this?
What's this?
What's this? What's that?
Camera.
Is it a selfie? Yeah. Smile! Can you do some singing? Do some singing. Sing? What can you sing? Sing a song? Baba bless you.
Before, and then they ordered a big bowl, right, to share.
Yeah.
She ate one, she took the whole bowl and put it in front of her.
She did what she wants now.
And she just ate it. Everyone just looked, she just...
I think you count my words.
She's not paying attention.
Giving birth. There's a